It'll be one to go this time by. Coming to the green, buddy, coming to the green. Let's go get him. Go, 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 go.
Get your motor running. Head out on the highway.
Now joined by Kyle Busch, driver number 18, Interstate Batteries Toyota, currently 8th in the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series points in the chase. Won here in June at Dover, so comes back looking for a second race win in a row here at Dover. Kyle, why don't you tell us a little bit about how things are going for you so far here at practice and going into the chase second race?
So far we think things have gone pretty well here. Practice we seem to be pretty happy with the car there in race trim, but qualifying trim just didn't have the speed it needed to qualify up front. But yeah, it's not going to hinder anything. But hopefully we'll find something here, work on a couple things to try to make it a little bit better, try to get some more speed out of it, and try to qualify up near the front. But other than that, Nationwide car is pretty good, so we'll see.
Right, have questions for Kyle Busch? Raise your hand for us. We've got the wireless mics, and we'll get them to you.
Jeff Gluck from NASCAR Scene. Kyle, what was your reaction to what happened to you last week in the race, and what's your game plan from here going forward?
You know, it's the same for all the guys on the team as it is for me, and so the only thing we can do is try to put it behind us and you know, work on some things that'll make that not happen again, and try to continue on. And game plan is to do the same thing that we've done all year long, the same thing that we did at Loudon. Just we had some bad luck there, and wasn't one of our favorite tracks anyway, but feel like we can try to get back on stride and just continue on.
Kyle, Tom Jensen, SpeedTV.com. How'd the tire test go at Atlanta? Being the only chase car that participated in it, does that give you a leg up on the other guys?
Tire test went okay. We seemed to get a little bit better tire, and I'm now going to go out and say that it wasn't Goodyear's fault for the spring race to the way that things went. Yeah, we got a better tire now than what we had in the spring, but the tire is only going to be better for about 8 or 10 laps. The car just doesn't have the amount of downforce it needs to run around that track, and the more and more you go, you just get so loose in and tight in the center and loose off that you just can't stand it. So it's going to be a tough race again, same as what it was there in the spring, not a whole lot different, just a little bit more comfortable for 8 laps instead of just 1 lap. So I don't think it's really necessarily an advantage for us. I think that tire actually is going to bring everybody closer together than what it did in the spring. And you know, you really saw the good drivers, you really saw the good cars come out, and this will sort of even it up just a little bit. But you know, we seem to be pretty good there in the spring and for our tests, and so you know, we really couldn't work on anything. So I don't see it as though it was an advantage, because you know, Goodyear, you're strictly there doing tire tests for them. You know, you can't change your car setup. As soon as you get it close, you just pretty much stay with it.
Dustin Long, Landmark Newspapers. Kyle, you've since last year you've shown an ability to bounce back. When you've had a poor finish, you've gone and won the next week, like about 30% of the time, had top 10s about 70% of the time. How have you kind of been able to put things away, and how have you kind of learned that process? Can you talk about that and just be able to put one thing behind and move forward and have the success that you've had in the past?
Well, I mean, that's a part of this sport is, you know, you're only as good as your last race, but yet there's still next week. And so we know that last week was pretty devastating, but there's still this week and there's still a following week. So we've got plenty more opportunities to come out and run strong and do what we can. Yeah, we fell a little bit behind, but I don't think that's anything that we can't make up. We've certainly been able to do that in the beginning part of this year through the middle part of the year. I remember we were behind Jeff Burton and Dale Jr. both, and we caught those guys and took the lead in points and held it for a long time.
Kyle, can you tell us what kind of tools or activities, coping mechanisms you use to kind of maintain your sanity right now?
I didn't know I was insane.
Well,
so nothing really.
you don't.
You
don't
go
do
home
anything
and you
like
relax a couple days, and I had to test on Tuesday. I had an appearance on Wednesday. I had an appearance yesterday. Next week I've got a test Tuesday and Wednesday, an appearance Thursday. So I mean, there's no time to really do anything else besides work.
Hey, Kyle, you touched on this briefly a minute ago where you talked about how you were behind some earlier in the year. Now this is kind of an unusual situation for your team, and that you guys have been the guys everybody's been chasing all year. Now you get to do a little bit of the chasing. Do you think that will be a way your team can sort of rally around and sort of change your motivational thought as you go forward?
I mean, to us, it doesn't really make a difference whether we're leading or chasing, you know, because ultimately we're doing the best we can every week with our race car to try to make it good and drive well, and then of course trying to make it the fastest that we can. And so, you know, the points have taken care of themselves this year. It hasn't necessarily been us getting the points. It's just been that we've been able to get good cars and run up front and let everything take care of itself and run its course.